Here we are in Unit 1, Lesson 4. Lesson 4 is all about physical and chemical changes. We've already talked about physical and chemical properties. Now we're going to talk about physical and chemical changes. We start out with an Engage Your Brain on page 41. Take a minute, answer the questions on page 41, and come back when you're ready. Check and see if you got these answers correct. When ice cube melts, it is still water. This is true. Water exists in the 3 phases, and it's one of the few molecules and compounds that does on Earth. Water can exist as a solid, a liquid, and a gas. Matter is lost when a candle is burned. You would think the candle gets smaller, so yes, it is, but actually the mass is lost in several different forms, but it isn't destroyed. So it's not really lost. Some of the compounds and atoms in the candle are given off as gas. They're also given off as light. And so the matter doesn't disappear, it just changes forms. And then when your body digests food, the food is changed into new substances. I need to change that. Oh, I guess I can't do it here. So I will have to do that later. Okay, all fixed. So when your body digests food, the food is changed into new substances. This is true. In your stomach, you have acids, and your stomach churns, and that changes the food that you ate into usable nutrients for your body. 4.1a is change of appearance. So it starts on page 42 of your textbook. So a physical change, a change in the shape or size of an object or substance without changing its identity. So if I take a piece of homework, this is paper, the paper has pen on it, and let's say that I'm so frustrated that I wad it up into a big ball. It's still my homework. It's still got the pen on it. It hasn't changed any. Is it the same shape it was when I started? No. So Mom's going to come in and yell at me. I'm going to have to unflatten it. She's going to make me finish it. And I'm so mad I'm not even going to do it on a new piece of paper. Of course I would, but that's okay. So the paper started out nice and flat. Now it's not nice and flat. It's all crinkly. A physical change. It didn't change its identity. Remember that I want you to highlight your vocabulary words as you go along. Vocabulary is one of the most important things in learning science, no matter what grade level you're in or what level of life you're in. So a change of an appearance. On page 45, you have an active reading that asks you what happens to a substance during a physical change. So take a moment, answer the question, and come back when you're ready. In the animation on the slide, you can see a cube of Jell-O that has been dropped. So before it got dropped, it was a cube of Jell-O. When it hit the table, it changed shapes, but it was still Jell-O. So it changed shapes, which was a physical change, but it didn't change in its identity. It was still Jell-O. Some other examples of physical changes: stretching a rubber band, dissolving something, cutting your hair, melting butter, bending a paper clip, or crushing an aluminum can. All of these are examples of physical changes. Each of the substances are the same after the change. They do not change identity. Melted butter is still butter. A crushed Dr. Pepper can is still a Dr. Pepper can. A bent up paper clip is still a paper clip. On page 43, as you read, number 6 asks you to list several examples of physical changes. Write your own examples and changes in the blank lines. And you can see there, those are the examples that I just gave you on the slides. Sorry, I didn't move this little arrow. Okay, number 7, an analyze it question. A visualize it question. And they ask you to analyze, how does the yarn in a sweater differ from the wool on the sheep? So is it still wool? Is it different wool? Is it the same wool that grew on the sheep? That's the question. Does the wool change identity? So first, the wool is sheared off of the animal. That wool is put into a cleaner, and that cleaner also separates the wool from the different fibers. It also takes out all the dirt that might be in the wool, or twigs, or anything else that's strapped in the wool. And then if you've ever watched someone turn wool into yarn, it's really quite interesting to watch and relaxing. But here we have a machine that's doing it. So it went from being a clumpy fiber mess on the back of the sheep to now it's more organized and it's being twisted and spun into a thread. Then that thread that we made is dyed to the colors that we want it to be. So the question is for you, is that a physical change? Is it still wool? Or is it something else? Not wool,